Are you a diehard Packers fan? Then you need the Packernet podcast in your life. Tune in daily for the latest Packers news, analysis, and insights from every angle. We've got multiple shows covering everything from game breakdowns to roster updates. Don't forget our fan favorite call-in show, Packernet After Dark. That's right, you call in and talk about whatever you want. Because here, it's all about you and your passion for the Packers. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the Packernet podcast today and never miss a beat.
There's some things I just want expert advice on, and taxes is one of them. Sure, doing your own taxes can be convenient, but let's be honest, don't you wonder if you're doing everything correctly? With TaxAct, you're guided every step of the way with their software, and you get free live help with Tax Expert Assist. That's unlimited questions you can ask a CPA or other tax expert. They make it that easy to file for less and get more. Start for free at taxact.com today. See website for details. Restrictions apply.
Hey, this is Booker T from Heated Conversations on Sports Radio 610. Hey, guys, you want me to come do a live show in your city? Just contact my man, Brad Gilmore. Just email him at bradgilmore11@gmail.com. That's bradgilmore11@gmail.com. Guys, do it. Do it now. I do it for you.
From inside the ring to the backstage and everything beyond, you're about to get some real heat from Houston.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
This is Heated Conversations with Hall of Famer Booker T on Sports Radio 610.
Can you dig it, sucker? Welcome to Heated Conversations right here on Sports Radio 610. I am your host, the five-time WCW champ, WWE Hall of Famer, King of the Ring, and I got my man Brad Gilmore here with me. What's going on, Brad?
Hey, what's going on, Book? I'm glad to be back on the air. A great week.
Man, you know, it's been a very, very interesting week. It's been a whirlwind. It's been a roller coaster of a week. But I tell you, we're back here on the show, and I'm feeling good. My man Eddie Ed, my producer. Big shout out to Eddie Ed. But today, guys, in Houston, Texas, it's getting hotter and hotter. The summer is rolling around, man, and I'm in shape. You know, I've been training. You know, I'm talking about. I was in Philly just a couple of weeks ago, man, and I ran up the Rocky stairs. You know what I mean? I was punching, you know, doing some shadow boxing. You know what I mean? I mean, my feet was quick, man. I felt like Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? The breeze was blowing in my dreads, man. And I tell you, man, it's nothing like, you know, staying in shape. Like, how many times, Brad, have I told you? How many times have I told my students, preparation is the only luck that you're ever going to have in life. And the thing is, if you got to be ready to throw hands with a man, you got to be prepared, man. If you go talk smack, you know, we said it just last week right here on the show. You got to walk it like you talk it. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. I mean, walk it like you talk it. Right hand, walk it like you talk it. Left hand, walk it like you talk it. Uppercut, walk it like you talk it.
Tap out.
That's what I'm talking about. It's business. It's serious. He on Heated Conversation.
No, that's right. You know, you got to walk it like you talk it, and preparation is the only luck you're going to ever going to have. And, you know, Book, you've stayed in shape. I've said it before. You know, there's not too many guys who've been in the business as long as you have, who stay in the kind of shape that you have, who've earned a reputation.
Yeah, man, I got a
like
rep.
You have.
I got a mean, bad rep sometimes, you know, because I get mean when you mess with my green. Now, see if I'm joking. You know, I had a little beef just last week. I didn't want anybody at the station to get upset or anything like that with me. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna dial it back this week. I'm not gonna call anybody out, you know, the way I did last week. But I am gonna call somebody out, and that person is Corey Graves. Everybody know about Corey Graves.
It was in Forbes, Sports Illustrated.
Yeah. It's been
SB Nation.
It's been all over, man.
USA Today.
Everybody picked up on it, man. Everybody picked up on me wanting to beat the hell out of another man. And my thing is this: I read something on Twitter that a young man wrote. He might be listening right now. He wrote that, you know, two men having a disagreement and wanting to settle it like men. This is not the first time something like this has happened before. That's the way they used to do it back in the day, all the time. Now, all of a sudden, it's a problem. but my thing is this here. When there's a problem, what do?
You got to solve it.
You solve the problem.
That's right.
And my thing is
conflict resolution.
Exactly. So my thing is this here. You go straight to the horse's mouth, man. You got a problem with a man, you tell him to his face. And that's what I'm going to do. Right now, guys, on the line, getting ready to come on with me right now, I got a very, very special guest. Is he there? Here he is, right here, my special guest. I've been talking about it since the beginning of the show. It's no better time than right now, you know. And I'm sure he's ready to get on. You know what? Without any further ado, let's bring on my special guest, Corey Graves. What's going on, Corey?
Book, I'm looking forward to clearing the air. I've been afraid to go to Starbucks all week long.
You know what, man? I've been hanging out behind dumpsters. I've been, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I even had a low ride. I was cruising in, you know, just so you wouldn't know it was me at one point in time.
You gotta be a little less conspicuous, man. I saw that thing like a mile away.
You know, Corey. You know, my thing is this. Corey and I, guys, Corey Graves from WWE Monday Night Raw. I mean, he's on SmackDown. I mean, he's at 205 Live. He's done it all. He's one of the hottest up-and-coming superstars in the WWE right now. Let me give him his props. That is Corey Graves. And the thing is, Corey and I, we worked on the kickoff show. We was down there in Stamford, Connecticut, man. We was out in steaks, you know, we was out in lobster. We was out in sea bass, you know.
Sea bass.
On a weekly basis, you know what I mean?
Company paid for it all.
Brussels sprouts. I mean, we was eating about $100 a week, a piece. You know what I mean? That's how close Corey and I got. But my thing is this. I just want to clear the air because, you know, it totally it went viral as far as me calling Corey Graves out due to me losing my position on Monday Night Raw. A lot of people don't know how hard I was smiling when they told me I was going to be moving back to my old position. But Corey,
well, I'm one of those people because I saw you walk in the locker room grinning ear to ear, and I said, "What are you so happy about?" That's why when all this blew up, when I heard it, I was getting phone calls and text messages. You got to hear this. Booker said this, and as soon as I heard it, and knowing you like I know you, I was just like, oh, that's just Book working. So I figured, you know, just being in the old school mentality, I'm like, oh, let's have fun with this. God, did it take off.
What do you think about that, though, man? What do you think about USA Today? I mean, Forbes. I mean,
Sports Illustrated.
What do you think about these guys, these news publications picking up a story like that when there's so much real news going on out there today?
Well, first of all, like personally, I was pretty entertained by how we were able to work the entire wrestling industry. Somehow nobody bothered to call or anything, and it just took off. It went crazy.
Yeah. I mean, even guys like Taz and Vince Russo, they were all weighing in on it. I mean, they all bought into it.
Oh, my God. I could, like, my Twitter, I mean, was on a nonstop refresh for about 2 days, and it was just nuts. And, I mean, some of the fans were so mad. And I mean, I was getting some terrible Twitter and Instagram messages and all that. And I'm laughing about it because I'm like, God, but what do we do with this, right? So that's what even I told Cole the other day after we talked on Monday, and he goes, so this thing with you and Book, it's cool. I said, it's, you know, Book, it's just, we're just goofing around. He goes, okay, well, what's the end game? What are we trying to accomplish? I said, we're not trying to accomplish anything. We're just having fun. We're just messing with each other like we do every day, constantly. And somehow, you know, the world picked up on it. But what it is, on the other hand, is it's scary because, to your point, in the grand scheme of things, you and I are relatively inconsequential to the good of the United States or the world as a whole, right? We're entertainers. We just go out there and try to make ourselves laugh and keep ourselves occupied. So God forbid this story involving two guys like us blows up to the point. Imagine how much of this stuff you get on a daily basis. About, you know, whether it's government or politics or just, you know, any sort of news. Yeah. People didn't check any facts. I didn't get a single phone call from any of these wrestling journalists. Yeah. Nothing. They just went, oh, these two hate each other and they're going to fight.
It's amazing, man. What the crazy part to me was, from a journalistic perspective, you know, I say to you, you know, I'm not going to do anything to you at the job. I'm not going to do anything at the airport, but if I catch him on the street, I'm going to be whooping his ass.
I believe you said if you catch him at Starbucks, you're going to tattoo him.
And the funny thing was, like I said, it took me the first text I remember getting was on Sunday. It was right before the Super Bowl. It was Big E. Big E was riding in the car, and he heard the audio, and he called me, or he texted me. He goes, man, what happened? What did I miss? I thought you and Book were tight. And I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. So he sent me a link. And as I'm listening to it, I just knowing you, I'm like, oh God, this is what we spend hours doing every week, forever and a day. Just trying to, make ourselves laugh.
I tell you, Charmel has been, on me like crazy. Baby, you need to get to Hollywood, man. And for me to, no, I'm serious. For me to actually, they put the meme up of me looking at you mean on Twitter,
Oh.
And the thing is, when I look at it myself, I go, man, I look pretty mean right there. I look bad, So it may not be too late for me to get to Hollywood, man.
That's it. Might not. It's never too late, man. You get that right hand start shaking, and then it's time to go.
But for the record, I just want to have Corey Graves on the show. Here, guys, Heated Conversations, Sports Radio 610. Local radio show.
Afternoon. Even though we air it at night, it's an afternoon
I was
show.
proud of that one, man.
Podcast.
I was waiting all day, and Coach said something, and I was like, boom, there it is.
Yeah, because
did you see SmackDown?
Yeah. No, I didn't. What happened?
Okay,
don't tell me you did. Go ahead.
No, I didn't do anything on SmackDown. So by this point, Big E had asked me. I told him, no, things with me and Book are cool. He goes, can I make fun of it? And New Day are doing their backstages, and they get to write, most of their own stuff. Well, there was one backstage where he said something about it. I wonder if Corey Graves has a better uppercut or a right cross. And then at one point he said something about 6%. That's the only chance I give Graves in a street fight. So by that point it was how ridiculous can it be?
Oh,
man, we just. Hey, if nothing else, we entertained ourselves for a week, right?
I tell you, man, it's been one of the most entertaining weeks I've had in a long time. And the thing is, guys, out there, all the listeners out there, Brad and I, we was doing the show last.
Yeah, tell them the story. Tell them how. And I don't even know if you know this, Corey. This is how this came
what
about.
happened. I mean, we came to the last 12 minutes of the show, and Brad and I, we look at each other. We go, "What are we going to talk about?" And I'm like, "Man, I don't know. What are we going to talk about? Oh, what about the Corey Graves thing? We could talk about that. Yeah, we can talk about that." So we literally did not have anything to talk about, and we just like on a whim. Let's talk about this. And the thing is, I said this before I really went off into it. I said, now, I know all of the dirt sheets are going to pick this up like mouse and everybody. And I'd be doggone if everybody don't pick it up, And we literally just did not have anything to talk about, made up a quick story. And Corey, I love you, brother. Keep doing,
I love you too, Book.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're awesome in the commentary booth, and I'm one of your biggest fans. All around the world, people can think what they want to think, but now it came from the horse's mouth. You and I, we gave it to the world, and I appreciate you for coming on Heated Conversation.
Much appreciated, man. We could always joke now about the time we had the hottest angle with WWE, and we didn't have the writing team on.
You know what? You know who the maddest one of all was? Cole.
No, you know what? Cole says, "What are you guys going to do? You can't pay it off with a match at WrestleMania." But Cole goes, "I'll wrestle on your match."
Exactly. He's still trying to get that WrestleMania match. Hey,
That's all it's about.
Hey, man, have a good evening, man. I appreciate you for coming on the show with me, bro.
All right, Book. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Corey.
Later.
Hey, man, Heated Conversation, Sports Radio 60. That's Corey Graves. You know what? I'm still going to be whooping his ass if I catch him on the street, though. Don't let me catch him at Starbucks.
You tattoo him.
I'm going to rearrange that booth on hairdo. The thing is, all the stuff Donald Trump says. I'm not a huge Trump fan, Trump supporter or anything like that. But I tell you, this fake news thing, and people just taking the story and running with it, just like Corey said. No one called him and asked, do you and Booker have any real heat? Do you and Booker have, they wouldn't say that. They would say, do you and Booker have any animosity towards each other? and the thing is, no, we don't. You know what I mean? I'm very, very comfortable, in my own skin. I'm very comfortable with my place. I'm a utility guy, with WWE. I'm no commentator or anything like that. I'm an analyst. I can actually go out there and do that. But I wish the best. I wish nothing but the best for Corey Graves and his career and him taking care of his family.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to take a break here soon. But I just – and we got to talk about more of this because it was just – incredible how something literally came out of absolutely nothing. And I find it funny, we're getting ready to release that Live in Hollywood album here soon, and Corey Graves is on that. Corey Graves came to the live show, and y'all sat and talked about how much fun you have with each other on the commentary table.
How much we hate Michael Cole.
How much you hate Michael Cole.
That's what it's all about, guys. Heated conversation, Sports Radio 16. You got the news right here. You don't have to get it from Meltzer with him and his sources that he said that he got it. He knows for a fact.
Confirmed that y'all hate each other.
That Corey Graves and Booker T hates each other. Now, Meltzer, I hope you can go to the bathroom and clean some of that egg off your face after this heated conversation episode here. Hey, guys, stick around. We got a whole lot more talk for you. Back in a minute. Welcome back to Heated Conversations right here on Sports Radio 610. Man, just had Corey Graves in the house, laying it down, letting everybody know that, hey, man, it's real. It's real as it possibly can be. It's no heat. Corey Graves and I, we're padres. We're co-workers. We're friends. I mentored Corey Graves as far as, trying to show him the ropes as far as, telling him how good he is and how much better he can be, just through preparation alone. Preparation, I say it all the time, is the only luck that we're ever going to have. And obviously he's prepared very well because, say what you will, Corey Graves is a very intelligent guy. I mean, he's on point as far as his conversation, as far as being a commentator goes. And he's a guy that, didn't come up, looking to have that job. Corey Graves is a guy that, was looking to have an in-ring wrestling career, which didn't work out for him. And my thing is this, man, anybody getting money, anybody, a man that's able to take care of his family, I'm down for. Tupac even said that, I'm down for any brother getting money. He didn't say it that way, but
close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, for me, last week, and we said it in the first segment, but it was, we got to the last segment, you were feeling a little bit under the weather.
Yeah,
right?
Man, I wasn't feeling good at all.
You weren't feeling good,
yeah.
And so we kind of exhausted our planned topics, and it was really just, hey, let's just talk about, you're not on Raw anymore. Let's talk about Corey. People think you and Corey hate each other. And then we had, here's the thing, anybody who took that thing seriously, I think there's something wrong there. Because if you listen to it, in SB Nation, and no disrespecting those people, but it's like SB Nation, they said, and then they begin to talk trash over a Migos song. And I'm like, that's when you should have known something was up. When you're like, knockout, tap out.
It seemed like
and then we played Be a Man, Hogan by Macho Man Randy Savage.
It seemed like that would have been a clue. To a journalist, a guy who actually has gone to school and got a degree. It seemed like someone would have picked up on it within that 12 minutes that, oh, wait a minute, they just messing around. And this is my thing. Everybody who picked up on it, the ones who, got clips of it on YouTube, and got thousands of views. I saw one that had close, maybe 100,000 views, of a clip of me. I mean, hopefully, they can spread the wealth and get me some of that advertising dollars.
Because remember, you get mean.
I get mean when
you mess with your green.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there, and they see this. They see exactly what's going on, but they still buy into, Jim Jones coined the phrase, don't drink the Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? It seemed like everybody drank the Kool-Aid off of a snippet that someone put out on YouTube or something. And I must say, my acting skills impeccable. No, I'm serious. I mean, extraordinary in certain aspects, because my thing is this: when I listen to just that, 3-minute clip, man, it sounds like it's on. It sounds like Booker T, man. I mean, he sounds like he about to take it to the street. And the thing is, we don't see Booker T, mad too often. Normally if you see Book mad or upset in any way, shape, form, or fashion, somebody about to get them Fifth Ward beads. I'm talking about 2-piece side piece of with fries. That's normally, when you hear that tone. But that just goes to my acting skills. I always said when I was King Booker, the most revered king of them all, I always, thought Hollywood, might be paying attention. So when doing stuff like this, when I make certain faces, on camera, such as the meme people put out with Corey Graves, I'm looking at him like I really want to hurt him. I saw that meme and I go, man, I look like I really want to hurt him. But it goes to, what I try to teach here at Reality of Wrestling, the performing art, man, of going out there and being the best in every aspect, no matter what role you're playing, referee, whatever. Be the best that you possibly can be at that job to the next role come along. And I think that's what I'm good at.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, you definitely sold it well, obviously, for all these major publications to pick it up. And I guess, I can't fault them so much because they're in a business to get clicks, right? I mean, that's their business. Let me get as many people to see this as possible.
News.
To see this quote-unquote news. And just the fact that, though, it seemed like, and I find this a lot with journalism today, it's one person puts it up.
Yeah.
So no due diligence, no research. Oh, they put it up on their website. That means we can write our own story about it and put it up on our website. And then the next guy copies him, and then they copy him. And then everyone's reporting off one person's account that wasn't even involved. And then people are making up sources. People are saying they're talking to these people. And I don't know if they might have talked to somebody. I don't know. But what I'm just saying is just if you go and you listen to it, that's what I said, because I called you Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, Book.
There's a problem here.
Do you see all this?
And I'm like, what are you talking about?
And I'm like,
just getting out of bed.
Yeah, this thing with Corey Graves, it's everywhere. It's on all the websites.
Everywhere, like where? What are you talking about?
I was like, it's like on USA Today and
USA
Forbes.
Today, Forbes. Are you kidding me?
And then I was like, do you want to put something out? And you're like, no, there's no way people think that's real. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I know. Yeah. I think it's a joke.
Yeah.
There's no way, if anyone knows anything about anything, this isn't real.
No, but what got me, though, was when you called me the following day and goes, hey, Book, wait a minute. We might have to put something out.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Because now
this thing is really getting out of hand here. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Because then I started seeing tweets, and then I started seeing people going after Corey, people going after you, people picking sides. Then Coach was getting stray bullets. People just firing at Coach because they think he had something to do with it. And then,
well, he did.
Yeah, he did. That's the real story.
Wait a minute, I'm just playing.
That's the real story.
Did not have anything to do with. Let's not start that.
And what was funny to me is I knew that you were pretty excited to go back to doing the shows with Renee. And you were only supposed to be on Raw for 6 weeks.
Yes, I could.
And it turned into 9 months.
It's crazy,
And so I knew that you were like, man, it's because people don't realize it's a lot of pressure out there.
It's a lot of pressure.
There's a lot going on.
It's a lot of work actually having to get up on a plane every Monday morning. I mean, it's hard. It's not as easy as it looks to prepare for that job as well for 3 hours live on television. And my thing is this, like you said, I was only supposed to be there for 6 weeks to turn into 9 months, but it was a great 9 months. I had a lot of fun, no doubt. Don't get me wrong. Don't take away from this that I didn't have fun. My 9 months, but my thing is, hey, I'm a utility guy. Wherever you need me to go, I'll play that role. If you want me back on Monday night, hey, I'll be back on Monday night. If you want me to go work, the pay-per-view panels, hey, man, I love the pay-per-view panels. You know what I mean? WrestleMania is coming up. The pay-per-view panel is probably going to be 3 hours long, out there talking. I remember one panel we had at WrestleMania. It went literally like all day, and it was fun because it's, no script or anything like that. It's totally off the cuff. I can go out and, totally shucky ducky quack quack, and get a fans, entertainment, at its finest, So my thing is this, guys. I'm loving being back on the panels, loving being back with, Renee Young, Rosenberg, it's Sammy Boy. Sam Roberts. No, don't get me wrong. Anybody out there, don't take that the wrong way.
You don't like Sam Roberts either.
Sammy Boy, you know what I mean? Yeah, Sam Roberts. So I'm looking forward to continuing the saga, man, and that is going out there, doing what I do, man, and having fun along the way, guys. This is heated conversation. Got a big show going down tonight, right there, 10,000 Emmett Lowry Expressway, World Gym Arena. It's going down, guys. If you're anywhere within the vicinity of the Mall of Mainland, stop by, check it out. Tickets still available, standing room only, of course. But you're going to see some hot action cage match going down in the main event tonight. Who that cage match going to be?
It's going to be former tag team champions turned bitter rivals, Bartek, a.k.a. StarTech, of Stevie.
I'm not going to call him that.
That's all right. Of Stevie Ray Incorporated, taking on Cameron Cole. Now, if Cameron Cole can win this match, he gets a shot at Abel Andrew Jackson for the television championship.
Abel Andrew Jackson television championship, but we saw something different just last week revealed on Reality of Wrestling, the Dynamite Fight TV title.
I think it's the Dynamite Fight Championship of all television.
Okay, but we saw that introduced by JJ Blake, guys. If you haven't gotten your dose of Reality of Wrestling lately, guys, download the Fight TV app. Check it out. Streaming every Sunday, 2 p.m. Central Time. That's Fight TV. That's FITE. Download the app. Do it now. Do it for you. You're going to see some hot action. And, guys, we are getting ready for a big show. We got some special guests coming up here later on the show. We got Barbie Hayden. We got Sue Young. We got
Kiera
Hogan as well, going to be a part of the show tonight. We got this huge event going down February 17th right here at the World Gym Arena, 10,000 Emmett Lowry, Ladies Night Out. You don't want to miss out. You don't want to get shut out on that. All women's invitational. This means, guys, every match, the ladies will be doing their thing like only they can do. And trust me, oh my God, it's going to be unbelievable. I cannot wait.
No, I'm excited to talk to these girls on here on the show, because that Ladies Night Out special is going to be awesome. Matt Topolsky and I are going to be doing commentary with Shaw Guerrero, daughter of Vicky and Eddie Guerrero. That's going to be something that we can't miss. You can't miss out. Can't get shut out, because it's going to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones.
Cooking, man.
For about 3 days.
Yeah, meat falling off the bone.
Just falling.
And the thing is, guys, get there early. I think from 5 to 6:30, the ladies will be doing a special autograph signing. You can get, take photos, might even get a kiss here or there, whatnot. But I tell you, the ladies are going to be working hard. This is going to be the first annual Ladies Night Out show for us. But guys, this is something that we plan on doing at least once every quarter, and this will be the beginning of it. And we need your help to actually pull this thing off. As far as we need to sell this place out, man. The house got to be rocking. I'm talking about the roof got to be coming off this place. And the thing is, tickets are still on sale right now. Go to realitywrestling.com. But I must tell you guys, tickets are sparse. They're going fast. So get your tickets, get them now. Go to realitywrestling.com. Like I say, we got Barbie Hayden going to be coming up here real soon. We got Sue Young that's going to be on the line here with us as well. And we got Kiera Hogan. Guys, if you don't know who these young ladies are, YouTube them. Do it. Because I think Reality of Wrestling, as well as the world, is going to get a treat that they have not gotten since the birth of Reality of Wrestling.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to doing more things like this on maybe even a quarterly basis, having specials like these one-night kind of specials, and it's going to all be kind of contingent on this Ladies Night Out. If this is successful, which I believe it will be, we can do more of this in the future at Reality Wrestling. And I think that's what's awesome about 2018 for the Row. I think this is going to be our biggest year, and we're going to be implementing a lot more stuff like our Twitch channel that's coming out.
Yes, man.
There's another thing that's getting ready to launch, too, that could really take Reality Wrestling to the next level. So I'm excited about 2018, and I'm excited, Book, the year back on the pre-shows, because you can have a little bit more time here at Reality Wrestling. If Corey Graves really did get you fired or replaced or shunned from the announce desk, I'm glad, because you have more time here at the Row.
My thing is, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be, doing what I do. Like I say, that right there would never change. Whether I was there doing it or anywhere else, I would still be happy. First and foremost. So my thing is this, don't go to bed, with a frown. You know what I mean? Turn that frown upside down. That's what I would do if I was you. That's some Mr. Rogers stuff right there.
I like
guys. Hey, guys, heated conversation. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to Heated Conversations right here on Sports Radio 610. Guys, we got a huge show going to be coming up. Cannot wait. February 17th. That's just 1 week away. You don't want to miss out. You don't want to get shut out. Ladies' Night Out, an all-women's invitational. The ladies will be coming out to the ring and doing it like it's supposed to be done. Making them pay, my son. Making them say,
Mommy, I don't want none?
I had enough. Yes. Hey, right now I got on the line a special guest, one of the participants in the Ladies' Night Out. I have with me Sue Young on the line. Sue, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can totally hear you guys. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling super excited. This show is going to be amazing.
Well, I must tell you that we at Reality of Wrestling, we are very excited to have you here. The phone has been ringing off the hook as far as fans wanting tickets to see Sue Young. What is it about Sue Young that the fans are so captivated with? Tell me a little bit about you, about yourself. I'm sorry.
I feel like Sue Young's kind of a mystery. You know, something new that hasn't been seen in a while, and bringing memories from people of all ages that can associate with, kind of like uniting everybody with the same feeling and aura that gives it to the fans where they all can relate together.
Yeah. Hey, what is it about Sue Young as far as the mystique, the character, what did you find that out? A lot of people, they normally slip on a banana peel and find their character. What did you find that character that you bring to the ring?
Oddly, this character has been following me around for since I started wrestling. I tried to avoid it because my character is the bloody undead bride. So when I was younger, I was brought in as a mail order bride from Asia. And I was like, oh man, stereotypes. But at the same time, it helped me grow and learn, through my experience in wrestling. So from there, that led on to a couple other things that were brought through. Dutch Mantell actually was the one who told me, hey, have you ever thought about doing face paint, as well as a couple other guys from the Mid-South area? And I did it when I first started, quite a bit. But, me being young, I was like, oh, I just want to wrestle, though. I really want to wrestle and show what I can really do versus just wear face paint. And eventually down the road, it kind of all came together again in some sort of fate-like way. And it transformed into this beautiful art piece that I can't even explain how proud I am of. And my husband and a lot of people that, I've been working with on the independent scene as of late, as well as when the character made a transition, a lot of inspiration behind it, a lot of love.
Well, I've been watching a lot of stuff on YouTube, doing my research on Sue Young. Your interest is so unique. You're so different than most, and I always tell young people that's trying to get into the game. It's the wrestling business. Every arm drag, every suplex, every move, pretty much has been taken. You have to find that one little niche of your own and make yourself different than everybody else. And that's the one thing I see in Sue Young. As far as Reality of Wrestling goes, we got some really stiff competition here in Reality of Wrestling. What's your game plan coming into the Ladies' Night Out, and what are you going to bring to the fans? What can they expect from Sue Young?
When fans come to see the show, every time I'm in that ring, I'll always give 100%, and I'll always put forth my heart and my passion no matter what. And I hope, when you watch, you're going to enjoy everything you like, within how the show goes. I really have no idea what to expect from my opponents other than I do know I'm up against a lot of strong competition and a lot of character within these girls. Each girl is very, very special and unique. So whichever matchup the fans get, it's always going to be like an enjoyable show no matter how you mix up the card, because every single girl on this card is amazing. I've worked with a lot of them, and I think the best of it, all the utmost respect for all these girls, for sure.
Hey, yeah, so young Brad Gilmore here. I got a question for you. I did a little research on you. You said you got your start in Memphis, Tennessee. You worked Jerry Lawler's Memphis Wrestling, but you're not originally from Tennessee, right? So what made you move there, and why do you think that was the place to get your start?
Well, my dad has always been a wrestling fan since he was a teenager. So we were talking about it, and I'm actually from Washington State. And he would always bring up, the territory days and the good old days of, what he watched on TV and wrestling along those lines. But he told me about different territories, and he suggested I go to Memphis. And that's pretty much how it all kick-started.
Hey, what do you think about the product right now? Like the Oscars of the world. I look at Oscars entrance, and it's got a lot of electricity. And I look at your entrance. It's got a lot of electricity. The women's wrestling, what they're calling it, the women's evolution. What do you think about women's wrestling right now?
I think it's amazing. I think that the actual viewpoint of women's wrestling is actually dropping off one word. It's just going to be wrestling. And especially with how especially with how hard these girls are working and putting their forefront, neck on the line, really, for all of these things that they're doing. It's revolutionizing, and I think it's great.
Awesome. On Saturday night, on the 17th, February 17th, right here at World Gym Arena, you're going to be taking on Kiera Hogan. I've checked out you guys, resume. You guys have been warring all over the world, all over the country. Do you have anything you want to say to Kiera Hogan before you meet in the ring?
If she's bringing the fire, I'm bringing the ice. And I'm gonna be cold-blooded.
Awesome. Hey, what's your who you watch as far as coming up, as a young Sue Young, a lot of young girls watch Lita, for inspiration. I'm sure Lita was probably on your radar. But who did you watch and draw inspiration from?
I was watching the Monday Night Wars heavily when I was a kid. That's kind of what piqued my interest in actually tuning in and absorbing what I was watching. And my aunt and uncle would always send us pay-per-view tapes from WCW and WWF, and we'd be watching it live on TV. And a lot of the mysterious characters or characters that had a lot of energy and fire really, really intrigued me, such as Undertaker, Mankind, The Rock, Stone Cold. I love Harlem Heat. I love Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, all the way to the women where Molly Holly, and Trish Stratus and Jazz especially. Jazz was a huge person that I loved and looked up to, along with Gail Kim. They all revolutionized wrestling for me, and it was very, very cool to watch.
So, this past couple of weeks ago, we had the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. A lot of those names you just mentioned competed in that match. As a fan, did you just sit back and watch and say, wow, look how far we've come?
Absolutely. I think that, it's such an amazing time in wrestling right now. And to be a fan, it's so truly, very lucky for the time we live in right now.
Like I said, I've watched you. You're very captivating, and we did just have this first ever women's Royal Rumble match, Hell in a Cell match as well. What is it going to take, for Sue Young to make it to that level?
What would it take for me to step it up to the next level? In my opinion, I think that I need to be a little bit more limitless and be very open to different things, because I noticed, especially with being younger in my past, I was a little bit stubborn to be accepted to a change or a way of moving and stuff. And I see as growing up and getting a little older, I noticed, patience is a key, and being 100% passionate and being 100% committed is also one of the keys as well. But as you can see, I'm trying to get all the keys so I can unlock the door to figure it out.
No, that's definitely it. I say that all the time. I've been, talking about it here on the show. Preparation, it's the only luck, we're ever going to have, in life. Just being ready for what, was coming around that next curve. You never know, but if you're prepared to, make a quick left or a quick right, you might be able to get out of the way of that, oncoming, situation. So definitely, we're looking forward to, having you here at Reality Wrestling. Looking forward to having you at Ladies Night Out. I'm looking forward to that being a great night. Guys, if you want to meet Su Yung is going to be doing an autograph signing from 5 to 6:30 right here. Doors open early, so make sure you get here early. What's your Twitter handle, Sue?
My Twitter handle is at REALSUYUNG.
Real Su
Definitely
Yung.
Check it out.
Real Su Yung,
yeah.
Guys. Real Su Yung. Make sure you guys check it out. But make sure, more importantly than that, make sure you come check her out right here at 10,000 Emmett F. Lowry, February 17th, going down Ladies Night Out. Su Yung in action versus Kiera Hogan, and I cannot wait to see that. I appreciate you for coming on the show, Sue.
Thank you guys so much, and I really appreciate being here. I hope to see you guys at the show, guys.
Oh, yeah. See you soon. Hey, that's Su Yung right there, guys. Su Yung, the real Su Yung. Check her out on YouTube. Look at some of her matches. See what she brings to the table. Like I say, she's definitely dynamic. She's definitely has a lot of electricity that she brings to the table, and I think Su Yung would be definitely a big and great addition to Reality of Wrestling's Diamond division if she chooses to take that path.
That's one of the things that we need more of. We need more, not just diversity, but just more. Variety is the spice of life, right, Book? And
definitely.
the more characters, the more people like Su Yung or all these great ladies who are going to be on the show on the February 17th Ladies Night Out. That just is going to add depth to the roster and give you more unique match-ups that you've never seen before in Reality of Wrestling. And that's one of the other things we're trying to do in 2018. Grow it.
What it brings more than anything, I think, is competition. I think for the ladies here at Reality of Wrestling, the Diamonds, to see someone like, Su Yung and, come in, Laney Luck, is doing her thing. Barbie Hayden is going to be a big deal. Actually, Barbie's going to be coming up here on the show here in just a momento. But I tell you, to have more competition coming into the fold definitely makes you as an individual have to go out there and step up your game. You can't be thinking about what someone else is doing. You got to actually go in the war room. You have to pull out the the chalkboard. You have to start writing your plays. You got to get deep into your playbook and understand that, hey man, this thing is getting real, and if I don't want to lose my spot, I better step up a little bit. I better tighten my bootstraps up just a little bit, because somebody could be right on your heels. So that's the thing here. Reality of Wrestling, guys. Come check it out. February 17th is going to be an awesome show. The ladies are going to be doing their thing. Ladies Night Out, all women's invitational right here. Don't miss it. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to Heated Conversations right here on Sports Radio 610. Guys, we're talking about big show we got going down next week right here at the World Gym Arena, right at the World Gym. I say right here because I feel like I'm there all the time. Right there at the World Gym Arena, 10,000 Emmett Lowry Expressway, guys. Right there at the Mall of Mainland, right next door to World Gym. You can't miss it. You'll see a sign that has in neon lights, Booker T, World Gym Arena. Big event going down, guys. Ladies Night Out, all women's invitational. And we got one of the combatants that's going to be in that all women's invitational on the line with us right now, Kira Hogan, and Hogan knows best. What's going on, Kira?
Nothing much. What's up, everybody?
Hey, man. We're just living life down here, getting ready for a big week for us here at Reality Wrestling, the first ever annual, Ladies Night Out. All women's invitational, and you've been in the business for quite some. How long you been in the business now, Kira?
I've been in the business for almost 5 years, but I've only been wrestling for just under 3 years. And
I tell you, for someone who's been in the business for just under 3 years, I must say you're up on your game. What make you different than everybody else as far as being a competitor?
I think my personality and my spunkiness, I think I have a very big personality in and out of the ring. So I think my personality kind of sets me apart from everybody.
The business is one of those type of businesses where it's the smallest things can make you a little bit different than everybody else. Tell me a little bit about your training.
So I trained at WWA4 under Mr. Hughes. He was my trainer. I trained with him for about 2.5 years, but he still is my mentor. I always go back to him about anything that I need to know or any kind of advice. So Mr. Hughes has definitely instilled the old school foundation in me, and that definitely shows in my moveset.
I tell young people, trying to get in the business, they always say, what should I do? One of the first things I should do, I always say, find a good trainer. And Mr. Hughes definitely, has been a great trainer. He sent me, guys, throughout the past few years. And everybody that Mr. Hughes sent has always been great talent. You made your debut on TNA Wrestling. Give me a little bit of, how do you feel about, making it to that next level?
It's definitely still surreal. It's unreal and it's unbelievable. I definitely have not grasped the fact that I've been able to wrestle on TV, national TV at that. But it's still surreal because it was always a dream of mine to be able to, one, wrestle and then to wrestle on TV in just under 3 years. I think it's incredible, and I can't believe I have the opportunity because, like you said, I'm the newest knockout. I'm definitely still just in my emotions about it all. I'm just ecstatic, and definitely it's a dream come true.
Well, Kiara, you came down here to Reality Wrestling maybe a couple of years ago now, or maybe 1.5 years ago. I remember you came down here, made your debut. You were sent down here from Mr. Hughes, Atlanta, Georgia. When you walked into the doors here at the World Gym Arena, you saw the kind of the production of Reality Wrestling. What were your initial thoughts, and how did it compare to other places you'd been?
It's definitely a beautiful production. I honestly haven't been, before that, I hadn't had an experience like it. I think Reality Wrestling is definitely different. It's definitely way more professional. It's amazing. I love the production. I love going down there. I miss that, energy down at the World Gym Arena, and I love everybody that I got to work with and everybody that I got to meet. But it's definitely different and definitely something you need to see in person.
Well, I'll tell you, the Ladies Night Out, it's going to be a big night for us. You're going to be taking on Sue Young. Tell us a little bit about your thought process as far as taking on someone like Sue Young. Sue Young is definitely one that's, let's just say she's a little different. She definitely don't mind taking it. Yes. No, she definitely don't mind taking it to another level as far as from a hardcore perspective. You know what I mean? So, what's your thoughts on taking on Sue Young at the first ever Ladies Night Out?
Well, Sue's definitely a wild card. You don't know what to expect from her. She's definitely outside of the box. Like you said, hardcore. My style is way different from Sue's. I'm definitely not much of a risk taker, but if I have to take that risk, I will. And I think that I will have to take that risk with her, definitely. But I'm always prepared for anything. You know, I'm the girl on fire.
What is it? What is that character? What is the girl on fire all about?
I'm all about the spunk. Like I said, the personality. I'm pretty much like, people underestimate me because of my size, my stature. But I think when they get in the ring with me, they really start to realize, like, I'm pretty much the underdog. Like, they take advantage of me. They think I'm small and weak. And then I show them I'm fast, I'm spunky. I'm pretty much unpredictable as far as, like, what people expect from me.
For myself, when I first got into the business and I got a chance to start traveling, and everything changed for me. It was like, it seemed like overnight, seemed like everything changed. Just like yourself, you say 3 years, into the business, you're on national television. That right there, that don't happen for everyone, So it definitely tells me that you have been working on your craft to get to make it to that point. Preparation. I've been talking about that here on the show as our only luck that we're ever going to have. How have you been preparing, for stardom, for, that breakout moment,
Well, I definitely have been in the gym way more because I saw myself on TV. It was my first time actually watching it. And I, looked at how I looked, how I presented myself. I think I looked great as far as my gear, my look. I came super prepared, but I think that I can definitely do better in the gym. So I've definitely been in the gym more. I've been looking more at my diet. I've been in training more at face-to-face. I have to because it's all about preparation. You have to be definitely prepared to step inside the ring, especially, at such a high level wrestling on national TV. You have to be prepared in any way, shape, or form. And I'm definitely going to be way more prepared. But I think I did a pretty good job.
I can tell you how happy I am to hear a young person say that right there, as far as, you going back, looking at yourself, knowing that you could do a little bit better. I remember one of my students, Rex Andrews, he's in Japan right now. And he came to me and he wanted to go to be one of the extras and get a WWE tryout. And I put him in line. He went and did it, and he came back and he seemed like he was so dejected. And he said, he goes, Booker, I'm so, I didn't realize, man, I was so naive. That's the word he used. He said, man, I was so naive to think that I could go and stand next to guys like, Randy Orton and stand next to guys like John Cena. And he was just a kid. He just did not realize it. But I wanted to put him in that situation just so he would know exactly what it would take for him to make it to that next level. And now, like I say, he's on a tour in Japan. He's going to be there to the 18th. He's going to be coming back, being a part of, reality wrestling going forward. But I tell you, a young person like yourself, Kira, if I can give you some advice, just believe in yourself. Just keep doing what you're doing, because there's going to always be a lot of doubters. There's going to always be a lot of naysayers, and we've proved here just this last week that it's a lot of fake news going on out there in the world today. But just keep doing what you're doing on that note.
It's funny, Book. I was doing some research on Kira before we had her on, and I remember when she first came down here to reality wrestling, I'm like, okay, Kira Hogan, that's like an interesting. Okay, you want to name yourself after, like, I guess, Hulk Hogan? That's kind of an interesting way to go about it. But then I found out Hogan's her real last name. So, I mean, do people call that out all the time to you, Kira?
Oh, that's the first thing most people ask me is, are you related to him? Or why did you choose that name? I'm like, it's on my driver's license. I can't help it. It's on my birth certificate. That's the name that, I'm a Hogan. My family's from, like, Mississippi and Atlanta, so it's definitely my real name.
I don't know no Black Hogans.
Except for me.
Except for you.
I'm about to say, if you're on Hulk's family tree, that's a hell of a tree.
Oh, there's something wrong in there. There's something going on, some mixing or something.
No, man. Hey, what's your Twitter handle and all that stuff where people can, get to know Kira Hogan a little bit better?
Well, I'm on Instagram as Hogan Knows Best 18, and I'm on Twitter as Hogan Knows Best 3. And I'm also on Facebook. I have a fan page and just Kier Hogan. And, just find me anywhere. If you Google me, you can find me pretty much anywhere. I'm pretty good about replying and getting back to fans and stuff, because I love talking to fans about my experience and, what I'm doing as far as, like you said, preparation and everything. Because, like you said, the WWE tryout is insane. So to have that, experience and then come back and re-prepare for it and, actually know what you're preparing for, I think that's amazing.
Well, that's part of it. That's half the battle right there. I always say, if you got a test and you haven't studied for it, 9 times out of 10 you're going to fail that test. You know what I mean? But if you know what the task at hand is, it's a possibility that you can go out there and pull it off, and the thing is, right now, everything that you're doing is definitely experience. It's all about a lesson. And right now you're getting a lesson at TNA here at Reality of Wrestling. You're going to get a lesson when you come here next week on the 17th, Ladies Night Out. You're going to get a lesson. And those lessons are going to lead you straight to the big time. And when you do get to the big time, trust me, Kiera Hogan, ladies and gentlemen out there listening, she will be totally prepared for that situation. And I cannot wait till you get that chance to go out there and knock it out. But just don't rush it. It'll happen. It'll happen in due time. Everything happens for a reason. But first and foremost, looking forward to seeing you here next week. And be ready, be in shape, because I'm sure, like I say, Sue Young is gonna bring it to the table. So good luck to you next week on that. And again, thank you for joining me here on Heated Conversation.
Thank you so much. I will definitely be ready to set that place on fire.
Boom, that is, baby. Kiera Hogan. Hogan knows best. She's getting ready to set it on fire. It's all about this fire thing, man. I got a fireball on my left arm. I got a flame on my right. It's for me, it's always been about lighting it up, man. It's been about, pumping it up. I remember I was looking at a documentary, and they was talking about MC Hammer. And MC Hammer, Hammer, I am Hammer. They put me in the mix. Hammer, they put me in the mix. They put me in the mix. Put me in the mix. Put that hammer there. You know what I mean? And I remember Hammer. They were saying that Hammer, man, look, bro, you going out there and you opening the show. You know what I mean? We need you to turn it down a little bit. And that's when Hammer came up with the song. Pump it, hardy, pump it. I'm going to pump it up before I turn it down. You know what I mean? So that's what I need all the ladies to do, man. Show up, Ladies Night Out, ready to pump it up and go out there and do it, man, because that's going to be a night to remember. And I've been telling all the ladies, man, this thing here, they know how to do the arm drags. They know how to do the hip tosses, you know what I mean? They know how to do all the rolls and suplexes and whatnot. But it's up to me as a producer, as a director, to make these women look the best that they've ever looked on screen before. That's what my job is. And I'm looking forward to actually putting that hat on, sitting back in the director's chair, because when you got a bunch of ladies, man, when you got a bunch of women, man, sometimes it could get hectic. You know what I mean? Trust me, it could get real hectic real quick. You know what I mean? I've worked with the Melinas of the world. You know what I mean? And trust me, man, she's bad. But when she goes out in the ring, she's oh so good at the same time. So you got to know how to manage all of that. It's like getting butterflies in your stomach, man. It's okay having butterflies. You just got to know how to make each and every one of those butterflies line up and fly straight. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, guys. Heated Conversation. Hey, we still got more for you. We still got Barbie Hayden coming back here on the show. Heated Conversation. Back in a minute. Welcome back to Heated Conversations right here on Sports Radio 610. Guys, we're getting ready for a big night going down just next weekend right there at the Booker T World Gym Arena, 10,000 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway. Ladies Night Out, first annual Ladies Night Out. All Women's Invitational is going down, and right now we got on the line with us very special guest and combatant in the Ladies Night Out, participated in the Ladies Night Out, Barbie Hayden. What's going on, Barbie?
Hey, what's going on? I'm just kind of hanging out, shopping, the usual.
Hey, man. It's all about, we got a big night coming up, Ladies Night Out.
Nice.
It's going to be a big show. You're going to be taking on Taylor Hendricks. I don't know. Have you ever wrestled Taylor Hendricks before?
Yes. In fact, I wrestled Taylor Hendricks last year, and the company that we worked for, it was their most viewed match of all time with over 3 million views.
I think I did see something on that. I mean, it must have been something awesome to get 3 million views. That right there.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm in it, so.
You're Texas girl. What do you know about Texas wrestling? As far as the Von Erichs, whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that I'm just so proud to be from Texas, first off. I think we have such a storied history, and I feel like all of the competitors that come from this region all have that really nice dominant style, and we're all just very confident and a little bit sassy. So I definitely feel like I carry on that tradition really well.
I actually compare, Texas wrestlers to Canadian wrestlers. Most of the Canadian wrestlers around the world, they all have, that same, je ne sais quoi, that same it factor. Those guys go out there, they seem like they all trained under the same banner. That Stu Hart, foundation seemed like it flows through all of their blood. And it seemed like the same thing with Texas wrestling. It seemed like, the same blood through the Funk's veins, grows through, the Undertaker, grows through Steve Austin, grows through myself. And now, Barbie Hayden, now you're picking up, and taking on that tradition for Texas wrestling. How big of shoes are those to fill for yourself?
I mean, it's incredible because it's not just one or two wrestlers. I mean, there's like a whole list of wrestlers who are Hall of Famers and just really something to live up to. And since I don't have a second generation to come into or a third generation name to come into, it's an honor because, I'm just like I feel most Texas wrestlers are. We build our own names. And so it just makes me really proud, for sure.
Well, I tell you, I'm going to be looking forward to, keeping the tradition of Texas wrestling, moving forward. Hopefully I'll get a chance to, put my stamp and my blueprint on the career of Barbie Hayden going forward. And we're definitely looking forward to having you here, ladies night out. Any certain expectations you have as far as reality of wrestling goes? I don't know. Have you been watching reality of wrestling? Do you know anything about reality of wrestling, the brand, the product, what it brings to the table?
Well, I feel like reality of wrestling sets a higher standard for what would be considered, I guess, like an independent promotion. They really set the bar a lot higher. Your company, I shouldn't say they, but your company really sets the bar high for everyone. So I'm going into this wanting to do my very best because it's like an all eyes type of promotion. Like everyone's watching, everyone's tuning in. I've had the pleasure of working with one of the ladies that has come out of reality of wrestling, and that's Miranda. In fact, we were at the Mae Young Classic together. She ended up competing. I was an alternate. And, I just feel like everybody that is stamped by reality of wrestling is a really great competitor inside, outside of the ring. They're definitely someone to watch. And so I feel like it's a brand I want to be associated with.
Now, Barbie, Brad Gilmore here. You made your debut, according to my research, in 2010. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so for you, being a women's wrestler, what's been the biggest change over these last almost 8 years since you made your debut? I mean, you saw the women's evolution, if that's what you want to call it, but for you, what's been the biggest change you've noticed?
Oh my gosh. So I would say for me personally, it has been the respect factor. When I first began, it was anything just to be a valet on a show because women's matches were, and they still are, they're still special attractions. I don't think that has changed, but they were only considered special attractions. You did not have an all women's show and nobody really was rolling the dice on women. Whereas now I feel like ladies have really, really gotten hold of the wrestling fever. They've really connected with the fans. And now it's almost like it's not just, oh, they're just women wrestlers. There's levels to us. We have high flyers, we have ground and pound, we have these heavyweights. We have women that you can really get behind and really believe in, and we're becoming superheroes. And I just think it's so cool that it's changed from just hoping you can get onto a show and hoping you could be a valet at least, to now knowing that there are these great opportunities for companies like, Reality of Wrestling creating this women's invitational.
I hope you young ladies out there are listening to this interview right now. We're on the line with Barbie Hayden and someone who knows how to carry a conversation, an interview. I got to give you a lot of credit. You seem like no, I'm serious. You've done your homework. Your wrestling style, how would you describe your wrestling style?
So I would consider myself to be very dominant. I am capable of doing most everything in wrestling, but I am a very dominant presence, and I am very deceptively strong. So I use that to my advantage to kind of overshadow or overwork and take advantage of my opponent.
Well, my thing is, from a producer's perspective, I'm going to be looking to enhance everything about Barbie Hayden, because I really do think, yourself as well as, a lot of the other ladies that's going to be a part of this ladies' night out, the Sue Youngs, the Kira Hogans, the Taylor Hendricks, Lainey Luck, Sahara 7, our very own Diamond here,
Kylie Ray, the champion,
Kylie Ray,
Hai Young,
champion, as well as Hai Young. All of you guys are capable of going out there and pulling off great things. But I tell you, here at Reality Wrestling, we're going to be doing our best to put you in the best position that you possibly can to go out there and shine like new money, like never before. When people see you, they're going to say, man, this is a truly a star, a diamond in the rough. And right here at Reality Wrestling, we're going to polish it up to where you're going to be ready for that next level. And I can't wait for next week.
Yeah, I was going to go ahead, Barbie. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm just in complete agreement. Like, I am so ready for this opportunity. I'm very excited about this.
But for you right now, now you're going on your 8th year being a pro wrestler. What's your ultimate goal? Is it still to make it there to WWE?
Oh, absolutely. It was the first thing that really sparked my interest in wrestling. I was taken on a date to go to Monday Night Raw. And the moment that I saw Mickie James in a match, it was over for me. I was done. I was like, this is what I want to do. She is beautiful. She is strong. I felt like I felt like I was her. I felt like I could live through her. And the way she inspired me to be a better person, to work harder and work towards a crazy dream. I just thought, you know what? I want to be that person. I want to do that for somebody else. And so I set out. I've been traveling the world ever since. And I definitely still have that end goal of being with WWE.
That's I think the ultimate goal. I mean, if you get in this business, to make it to that, that peak, that mountaintop, that is to perform, on the biggest stage of them all. That's WrestleMania. To be able to sit back, when you're, 70 years old and say, man, I did it, man. You're watching the young kids doing their thing. You say, yeah, hey, I did this. Hey, go back, pull up the old YouTube at the old family reunions, you know what I mean, and show them how bad I really was. Say, I can do that. I love being in that position right there, and now you're definitely on your way to making your mark. And like I say, hopefully I have a huge part in making that happen. What's your Twitter handle? Let everyone know, let the world know what Barbie Hayden is.
So it's pretty simple. I've made everything the exact same. That is my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook. If you search Barbie Hayden, that's BarbiHayden, it will come up on all social media platforms.
Well, I tell you, we're going to be pumping Barbie Hayden, not just for this next week. We're looking for, all of you ladies to do great things in the future, and hopefully you can do a lot of it through Reality of Wrestling as well as Title Match Wrestling Network. It's going to be an awesome show going down just next week, guys. Make sure you get your tickets. Go to realityofwrestling.com. Tickets still on sale right now. I think we still got a few. They sparse. They sporadic. So make sure you get your tickets, man, and get them now because they're going fast. Get a chance to see Barbie Hayden versus Taylor Hendricks. It's going to be a great show. Hey, Barbie, I'm looking forward to seeing you and meeting you in person next week. And good luck. Good luck in your match.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you. I look forward to it too. You guys have a good night.
Appreciate you. Hey, Heated Conversation, Sports Radio 610. That's Barbie Hayden. She's a Texas girl. She's a wrestler that's pretty much seen the country through this business, trying to make it to that next level. Here at Reality Wrestling, we think that is the next level for Barbie Hayden. That next stop to catapult her to bigger and better things. And I don't know. Go to YouTube, pull up a Barbie Hayden match. She's a very good looking girl. I think with the right tutelage, that expert tutelage, Barbie Hayden could be the next big thing in women's professional wrestling.
And that's what I'm looking forward to about this Ladies Night Out show. Seeing, because I haven't gotten to see a lot of these women in person, like wrestle, in person. I've never seen them work. So I think that's what I'm excited for. And to see the different matchups, to see a stylistic clash like Sue Young and Kiera Hogan, or a Taylor Hendricks and a Barbie Hayden. We're also going to have our own Reality Wrestling Diamonds Division champion, Kylie Ray, I believe, going against Hai Yun. There's so many matches.
Got a couple of rookie ladies that's going to be doing the thing as well. So it's going to be stacked. It's going to be a great card. Come out and have some fun and watch the ladies step up to the next level, because I don't want you guys to think just because it's the ladies, they're going to come out and they're just going to have a lot of fun. No, these ladies are going to come out and they're going to lay it all on the line right here at the World Gym Arena, February 17th, Saturday night, 7:30 bell time, guys. The bell will ring promptly at 7, so don't miss anything. Go to realitywrestling.com right now and get your tickets. Who you think going to be matching tonight?
Oh man, that's a difficult one.
Sue Young, Kiera Hogan. Everybody's talking about that.
I'm a homer, so I'm going to go with Kylie Ray and Hai Yun. That's going to be the match of the night.
The thing is, Kylie Ray and Hai Yun, being Kylie Ray may be the least experienced star on the card. Out of all the ladies.
2 years?
2 years.
Yeah.
She may be the least experienced, but she may be the most talented on the card.
Well,
that says a whole lot. It says a whole lot about reality wrestling.
It says a lot about reality wrestling. It says a lot about our training program that we have here at the World Gym Arena. And sometimes it's a combination. I think that a lot of these people, like think of a Kylie Ray, almost remnant of a Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair, it was just in her. Yeah. She had that natural ability, but she had the it factor. She just needed that little bit of coaching. She went down to NXT, Triple H, whomever else down there, pushed her in the right direction. Obviously, she had a great source of information from her father as well.
Yeah.
But they pushed her in the right direction. Kylie Ray, that's what it was too. She has a lot of natural ability, a lot of natural charisma. She understands character, but she's athletic, and she came down here to reality wrestling. You saw it. We call them the Diamonds Division, but it was a diamond in the rough, and we made it happen.
Kylie won a Diamond Championship, her first match out, guys. And that right there, it says a whole lot. It said a whole lot, because me personally, everybody here at Reality Wrestling, they earn the keep. If you.
Well, and I don't mean to interrupt you, one of the greatest things I've ever heard you say about reality wrestling is it's not high school, it's college.
It is, you know what I mean? And for Kylie Ray to actually be smart enough, speaking from a college term, for her to be smart enough to actually go out there and win the Diamonds Division Championship, her first match out, it tells, it says a whole lot. It says I had a whole lot of confidence in her, first and foremost, to actually be able to go out there and carry that. It said that I felt like, I believed in her to where she believed in herself to where she could actually go out there and have those quality matches on a monthly basis, you know what I mean? So my thing is this, for her to step into that spot and carry it and handle that pressure says a whole lot for her. We had a guy here by the name of VIP. That's another story. Heated conversation. Back in a minute. Welcome back to Heated Conversations right here on Sports Radio 16. Guys, there it is, Ladies Night Out. You heard from them. It's going to be a great show. Enough talk about that. It's going to be good. 10,000 Emmett Lowry Expressway.
That's right.
Enough talk about that, though. But 7:30 bell time. The ladies going to be looking good. You don't want to miss out. You don't want to get shut on that. But enough talk about that. But Sue Young, you guys, you want to check out Sue Young. But enough talk about Ladies Night. I'm going to tell you, Laney Luck. Guys, you don't want to miss out on Laney Luck. It's going to be a great night right there, 10,000 Emmett Lowry Expressway, Booker T. Wells Gym Arena. February 17th. It's going to be good. It's going to be real good.
But enough on that.
Might even be perfect. But enough on that. Guys, I don't
Kiera Hogan's going to be in action.
Kiera Hogan will be in there. Enough on that. Devon Dudley is going into the Hall of Fame. Enough on that. That's the stuff. Guys, we're getting totally off kilter here. Let's dial back and get back on track. Guys, UFC news, breaking news. Heavyweight championship fight is going to be going down UFC 220.
I want to say 225 or 225 maybe.
225, I think it was.
I'll look it up.
225. DC versus Stipe. Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic. It's signed. Everybody's all in on this one.
226. July 7th, 2018. I believe that we discussed this possibility, right? We said who's next for Stipe. And I think I throw the concept of DC moving up. Well,
I mean, I don't see this as being far-fetched or anything like that. I mean, DC has missed a lot of meals lately. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you, 2-3 weeks at Burger King, he'll be over the limit. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't jiving either.
He's a little older. He'll put on the weight faster.
He doesn't. And the thing is, he's holding a lot of water. Water retention, a little bit more weight. And the thing is, the question is this a good fight or not? Is this a good matchup? My thing is, I think it is. DC has fought guys like Anderson Bigfoot Silva. I don't think Bigfoot is a small man by any means. I think Bigfoot may be the biggest man, out there. And DC went out there and knocked this man out, uppercuts, So I don't think DC moving up in weight is going to be a big adjustment.
He came in at heavyweight.
Exactly, taking on Stipe. You know what I mean? Stipe is a guy that, not a huge heavyweight by any means. 230, 235, right? Yeah. 240.
Yeah.
So I think DC could get up to 240 easy. And the thing is, his wrestling, I don't think he's going to lose anything as far as his wrestling ability moving up in weight. Will he lose anything from a fighting perspective? I'm talking about throwing hands. I don't think so. So I think this, as far as an advantage, I don't think there is a overwhelming advantage for either one of these guys.
No, they actually cancel each other out in a lot of ways.
Because let's think about it. This last fight, Ngannou, Stipe went out and had to actually utilize his wrestling skills. He fought when he needed to, but he utilized his wrestling skills throughout the whole fight, and I think that's what gave him the W. So him going into a fight with DC, I think DC's wrestling ability is better, just because he is an Olympic caliber wrestler. But there again, he's the older guy. Stipe is the younger guy. Who's the hungrier man at this time? Who wants it most? And that right there, I think, was going to all boil down to. And at this point in time, who needs it most to erase the past, the ghost of a bad man? Who needs it most? I think DC.
I disagree. I think it's Stipe. I think Stipe needs this win. I mean, Daniel Cormier's only lost. Here's the thing:
who has the ghost of Christmas past?
Well, of course, Daniel Cormier has the ghost of John Bones Jones, always haunting him. But this is my point. Daniel Cormier came in as a heavyweight, has only lost to one person ever that's in the light heavyweight division, and that is John Jones. That's the only person he ever lost to in the UFC, ever. Point blank, period.
Yeah, what's your point?
So my point is, Stipe's got more to prove here, because I still am in contention. If Stipe continues this run, he's got to go down as the greatest heavyweight of all time in the UFC. And if he can beat Daniel Cormier, which apparently no one's ever been able to beat without the use of some substances, right?
I don't know.
Allegedly.
I don't have any evidence.
Allegedly. Then Stipe Miocic, in my opinion, continues to solidify his legacy as being one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time.
I tell you, if he goes out and beat DC,
he's the baddest man on the planet.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to say that. I'm never going to.
You got to give the man the credit. He beat that big bad. I'm not even going to say the rest of it. Man,
why you can't say mean African?
I don't feel comfortable. And it was actually big, mean, nasty African. And I still don't feel comfortable. That's just quoting Booker. That's a quote. That's a direct quote.
Big, bad, mean, nasty African.
But, no one saw him beating Francis Ngannou. And he went through him. And Francis Ngannou was a bad man.
No one but me.
But you picked Francis.
I wanted, my heart was going with Francis Ngannou. And now my bank account, that's another story. I did not bet one dime on this man.
Okay, so bank account, UFC 226 in July, heavyweight championship, DC, Stipe. Who are you going with now?
I go with DC.
You're going to go with DC?
I go with DC, hands down.
Why?
Just because I feel like DC is a better...
He's a better wrestler.
I think he's a more rounded fighter.
I would agree with that.
I think his game planning has always been on point. No matter who he's went out and fight, other than John Jones, everybody else he's gone out and fight. From a very very tactic perspective. You know what I mean? Everything was laid out from a blackboard blueprint perspective. You know what I mean? You could tell, him and his team had went and had a full thought process of what we're going to go out here and do in the first round, what we're going to do in the second round, and what we perhaps need to do in the third, fourth, and fifth rounds if we get there. It's always been a very, very a lot of game planning going to DC's fighting, and I really think Stipe as well. I don't think Stipe is going to come looking to win this fight on a women of prayer or anything like that. I really think Stipe is a well-rounded fighter. Let's just say this. Stipe didn't go out there and beat top-notch contenders like he did by luck. It didn't happen. His boxing skills is on point. His wrestling skills is on point, as well as this is, I think, Stipe's greatest advantage above all. I think Stipe became the heavyweight champion in the UFC at the right time. Timing has been perfect for Stipe Miocic.
No, I agree with you on that. But when it comes to this fight, I'm picking Stipe Miocic because Daniel Cormier has not fought in heavyweight since 2013. Right? That's 5 years. And hold on.
Yeah.
Next month, Daniel Cormier will turn 39 years of age.
39 years young.
39 years of age. He's knocking on the door of that big 4-0.
Yeah.
And we talk about that big 4-0 mark all the time on this show.
It catches up with you.
It'll catch up with you real quick.
Catch up with you.
It can go 0 to 100 real quick.
On a moment's notice.
And this is my thing, is he's putting on more weight to go into this fight. It's his first heavyweight fight in 5 years, and he's going to be another year closer to 40 against a guy who's been on a complete dominant role.
Well, you got to understand something. Light heavyweight ain't that far away from heavyweight.
I know, but he's still got to put on more weight.
How much more weight is he going to put on?
Is it 15 pounds?
15 pounds, that's nothing. I mean,
15 pounds at 39 is going to slow you down a little more than you think, Book.
I mean, you could drink a Coca-Cola and you gain another 15 pounds when you're 40. I'm telling you, that's just the way it is.
I'm just thinking, I think it's a big jump for him to make, but if he pulls it off, he'll be the second man in history to hold 2 weight division championships. The first being Conor McGregor.
I don't think it's a huge jump at all. Like you say, DC, he come from being DC has, like I say, you hear the stories when you say guy hadn't missed too many meals. You know what I mean? You look at him, man, that guy ain't missed too many meals. He 400 pounds. You know what I mean? Look at DC. DC has been trying his best to stay, in the light heavyweight division. DC has been missing meals. He's been drinking shakes. You know what I mean? He's doing commentary just to not think about hamburgers and cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this. DC going back to heavyweight, it's going to be a benefit, I think, more than anything. He's not going to have to, have those night sweats thinking about, Carl's Jr., You know what I mean? He's not gonna be one of those guys, now. He's gonna be able to, eat what he wants. And that right there, make you feel better in itself, man. When you can go out and just eat what you can. Look here, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm 238 pounds. Do you know how happy I would be if I could just eat whatever I wanted to all the time? I'd be 380 pounds, the next time you saw me, if I could do that. Right now, DC is comfortable, and me personally, I think this first fight at heavyweight is going to be, it might be there again, the right timing for Stipe being the heavyweight champion in the UFC. This could be perfect timing for DC to, like I say, wipe away all the ghost of Christmas past.
Well, one other thing that I want to talk about, UFC related, before we have to wrap the show up. UFC 225 is taking place at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois.
It's got a lot of history in that place.
Headlined by Tyron Woodley, the welterweight champion, going against Rafael dos Anjos.
And they want that strap off T Wood, man. They want the strap off him.
But that's not the story here.
I'm just saying.
The story is, it sounds like we're going to get to see CM Punk fight again in the UFC.
I've been
against a top tier opponent.
I've been hearing snippets. about this.
Apparently, he's going to fight a guy who's been on this very show.
Yeah,
Mike Jackson from Houston, Texas, the man that Mickey Gall defeated to get that shot at CM Punk.
Well, I could tell you this: Mike Jackson has been coming up as of late. Mike Jackson has been working on his skills. I actually was looking at a fight that Mike Jackson had not too long ago, and he went out and laid hands on this young man. So I'm gonna tell you right now, CM Punk, don't think he's gonna be coming back and just taking some spring chicken. And the thing is, just because Mickey Gall went out there and handled Mike Jackson, that's a different place, different time. When you mindset. You know what I mean? Being in the right frame of mind. That's what it's all about. Mike Jackson, CM Punk, I like the odds. You know what I mean?
For who?
I like the odds for Mike Jackson. I'm going to pick a guy who's been in a fight before a guy who's been in only one fight any day of the week. You know what I mean? Sparring. I don't care about no sparring. Who cares about sparring?
Well, Ben Askren's been working with CM Punk a lot.
Like I say, I don't care about practice. Okay,
practice.
I don't care.
We're talking about
that.
practice.
I'm talking about when the game gets started. You know what I mean? Somebody hit you in the eye and it swells. That's what I'm talking about. I honestly believe CM Punk closing in on 40. You're talking about a guy closing in on 40 years old. A guy that's closing in on 40 years old that hadn't had a whole lot of fight experience. A guy who don't have a whole lot of experience in combat sport at all, other than professional wrestling, where it's totally different than MMA, octagon, or anything like that. I'm gonna bet on a guy who's actually had to put ice on his eye before. I'm gonna bet on the guy who perhaps have his nose is a little bit crooked. I'm going to go with that guy over a guy who hadn't been in only one fight that lasted 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Am I right?
2 minutes and 14 seconds.
And no punches were landed on one side other than some, you can't even call them rabbit punches. Squirrel punches, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That's just the way I see that. My thing is this, guys, know your role. Know your role. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, guys. Everybody know the scoop. Everybody know the scoop. Everybody got the scoop right here today on Heated Conversation. You got the scoop?
If we see Corey Graves, we're going to tattoo him.
If I see Corey Graves, let me catch him at Starbucks. I cannot wait, man. I'm still mad. Hey, guys, just Heated Conversation. I'll see y'all next week. Hey, this is Booker T from Heated Conversations on Sports Radio 610. Hey, guys, you want me to come do a live show in your city? Just contact my man, Brad Gilmore. Just email him at bradgilmore11@gmail.com. That's bradgilmore11@gmail.com. Guys, do it. Do it now. I do it for you.
Hey, so here's a word you don't often associate with tax season, easy. But at TaxAct, they use that word all the time because TaxAct makes it easy to get started, easy to file your taxes, and easy to switch. Another word they use a lot, guarantee. TaxAct guarantees your max refund, and with their $100,000 accuracy guarantee, you can rest assured that their calculations are 100% correct. Don't overpay for your tax filing software. This year, file for less and get more with TaxAct. Start for free at TaxAct.com today. See website for details. Restrictions apply.